We're at 81 games, which means we are halfway to the finish line. So we get there right now. We'll get halfway for the clubs. We'll talk about biggest surprises so far. Jake, you start off. What's the biggest surprise for this season?
I think my biggest surprise is Sandy Alcantara being the best pitcher in the National League. We all knew what kind of stuff and that he had big-time power, arm, and sinker, but he's developed into what I think is the best pitcher in the National League. And I mean, you're talking about a heavy league with great pitching. 8 starts of 8+ innings. This is old school baseball. This is defying analytics, facing guys 4 times. In BK, this is an absolute dominance. 123 innings, a 1.8. You're looking at 107 to 30 walks.
I think 12 out of 17 now he's gone into the 8th inning and with a 1.82. You're right. We didn't see that level coming. And he's a very different pitcher from what we've seen now in the trends and that sort of thing. Biggest disappointment. We left that for you, Ruben.
Yeah, I got Nick Castellanos. And really, I'll hedge a little bit because I think this guy is also going to be probably the best player in the second half. I believe I'm going to make that prediction. But he has really struggled for the Phillies. And, I mean, this guy came off an unbelievable season last year with Cincinnati. I mean, his numbers: 309 average, 34 home runs, 100 RBIs, a 939 OPS. Now, he did do it in Cincinnati, and his numbers, as a Cincinnati Red in Cincinnati were pretty extraordinary. But you see the difference here. Obviously, 309 to 251. There's a huge difference in his numbers, the OPS, et cetera, et cetera. I think that this guy, as far as his home road splits, I mean, last year in Cincinnati, you know that ball flies there, right, Jake, and he had tremendous numbers there. I think he's starting to make those adjustments now being at Citizens Bank Park. The bank is a good place to hit. I do believe now that it's going to start to heat up that he is going to start doing some serious damage. I know that he does not like that he's not playing well. My feeling is that he's going to be, again, he's going to have a very, very good second half. Pretty big disappointment, though, for $100 million.
No, you're right. And Castellanos and Jesse Winker, both put up eye-popping numbers for the Reds last year. To see what they're doing this year, Winker, big disappointment for Seattle. Unfortunately, we don't like to see that sort of thing. They asked me division to watch, and I think the Central might be the closest, but I think the most fascinating is still the NL East. I think the Mets are a deeper club. They're well run now. They don't do any of this nonsense, no thumbs down, anything, all that's about the past, no raccoons running in the dugout. That's all gone. However, I'm looking at it, I'm saying the Braves, when you watch them, I've called a bunch of their games this year, they're actually better when you're seeing them, and they're better when you see them over a full series. So I think the NL East is still there, and if I was going to go out, I'd say the Braves have a very good shot at taking this division.
I don't think there's any question about it because I will go right to my bold prediction. And my bold prediction is that the Phillies and the Atlanta Braves are going to take over the Mets.
The Phillies,
how about that one? I'm going way out on the limb here.
See, it's sensible to go the Braves.
They said Phillies? Bold. I'm going bold. And here's the reason why. I do believe that right now the Mets are playing. We're playing a great brand of baseball. There's no question about it. And the Atlanta Braves, listen, 4-time reigning NL East champs and the World Series reigning champs. I mean, these guys are the best team in baseball over the last couple of years. There's no question about it. Now, is it the Phillies? I don't know. Listen, here's what I feel about the Phillies. They got 2 horses at the top of the rotation. They got Wheeler. They got Nola. I know that Dave Dombrowski, of all the GMs and the owner, John Middleton, they are going to make a move to try to win that division. They're starved to win it. I think they're going to do everything they possibly can to get the Mets and to try to get to the World Series.
That's bold.
That's real. That's bold. They're a flawed team. They're a flawed team. There's no question about it.
We weren't just saying that to Rhys Hoskins, though. It is true that their defense has gotten better because they were terrible early on.
Their whole team chemistry's gotten better. Mm-hmm. That interview with Rhys, him talking about playing for the guy next to him, Castellanos, and those guys getting familiar and comfortable with where they're at.
I'll tell you, Harper's going to come back. You already said it. He's coming back.
You got a bold prediction?
I got a bold prediction, and I don't know how crazy bold it is, but it's bold. 4 teams from the AL East, big boy division, getting in the playoffs. And if you see, the end of today, it would line up just like this. I don't know if I believe in what Chicago and what that AL Central, is made of. I love Tampa Bay's now healthy. They're back in the mix, rolling. The American League East for a long time has been the big boy division. We're going to see it this year with 4 teams in.
Jake, since you're new, I'm not going to rip you on this, but it's a sensible yet bold prediction.
Yeah, that's
moderately bold.
Way more sensible.
Very
than mine.
sensible, right? Yeah,
I was going with the Braves over the, and then Ruben threw the Phillies and Braves catching.
yeah, we're
the
like,
bats.
oh, we're not going there. I mean, not crazy. I mean, bold is one thing, but what are you going to do? All right.